the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New York Jets. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now Taylor. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
Throwing on second and long. Taylor. Caught. It's Wilson. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And all the way down to the 9. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 52 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Here's Taylor. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The Folks' kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. There he goes left side. He's inside the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Falcons. So they gave up the field goal, but boom, they get it right back. Don't even worry about getting their offense on the field. They return it on the kickoff.
So I see your 3 points.
And raise you.
And raise you 6. Double it up, coming right back at them. And if that's going to be the trade all game long, someone's going to be very happy with the end result.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 1. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
In motion left is Mitchell. They'll run with Hall. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
48-yard line.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
From the gun, it's Taylor. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Straight ahead is Hall. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd down and a yard. They'll give to Hall. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Play action. Now Taylor. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Leonard Floyd. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this 1st quarter of play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this 1st quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. They'll still have a 3rd and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Taylor. We'll try and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So a big sack for a loss of 4. It brings up 4th and goal. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment. But they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. Oh, look at the juke. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Looking to put a drive together. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A play fake. Now Penix. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Now motion left with Mooney. They'll go play action here with Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Penix from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Taylor. He finds Wilson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Hall on a give up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And it's complete to Mitchell. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Taylor. He'll try and do this himself. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
On 4th down, here's the option. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And that will force a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It'd be hard to say that the defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Now he'll tuck this and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Looking to throw, Penix. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jets will take over. To throw is Taylor. Caught by Wilson. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that will bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
Now Taylor. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Taylor will throw. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Complete to John Mechie. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 37-yard line.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Here's a give to Hall. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now Taylor to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Here's Taylor to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And Taylor will slide to a halt with a first down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this a 39-yard attempt. And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And looking to throw, Penix. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one deep for London. That's caught at the 25. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 58 yards.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 5.
Makes the score Falcons 14, Jets 9.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth.
Ball has it knocked loose. And the Falcons grab it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They go play action with Taylor. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
That is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Taylor. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Well, the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Now Penix.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Robinson up the middle.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's Penix.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First target, first catch, and a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll throw with Penix. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
To the air, Penix.
Now he's going to step up and run. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
They'll set up to throw. Now Penix going to hold on to it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Michael Penix.
A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Now
Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The New York set to take the field. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Play action, it's Taylor. Now he'll tuck this and run. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's good for a Jets. First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Taylor. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Here's 2nd and 3.
In motion left is Mitchell. They go play action now, Taylor. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Now back to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be Falcon football.
Looking to put a drive together.
A play fake. Now Penix.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
Now it's Taylor. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now it's Taylor. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on first down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 3.
Taylor.
Running the slant, and he finds Mitchell.
And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Quick throw complete to Reynolds.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Now a 2nd and 10.
To throw again is Taylor. Looking middle, and that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Taylor. They'll try to pick it up. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here we go. It's Taylor on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here.
That's Jermaine Johnson stopping that play before it begins, dropping it for a loss.
Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
Showed some strong running, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Looking to throw, Penix.
He'll try and do that, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's Williams to return. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. It's caught. Mitchell. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked.
Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
And he wants Reynolds way downfield.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Jets. Josh Reynolds, 45 yards.
And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Nick Folk for the point after. And this is back to a 5-point game.
It's the score. Falcons 21, Jets 16.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
At the 31-yard line.
Now 2nd and 5.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
That's brought in downfield by London.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
At the 42-yard line.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. On to give, here's Robinson.
And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
And looking to throw, Penix.
And this pass broken up.
Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
A 55-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. So the Jets now down by 5, just over 2 minutes to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning.
They'll start with the option. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Taylor.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Here's 1st and goal. Now Taylor.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Taylor to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't, because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They're going on fourth down. It's Taylor. Oh, he had to force it there on fourth down, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons have just about sewn up this football game. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.
PlayStation